I got a message from Kitty saying we've got a thing that we're trying to take off, which is Māori motivation. Come out and visit us and we'll talk to what it's about. And yeah, that's how we got introduced to it, and they told us what it was about. We thought, mate, this is amazing. So yeah. His main sport for Māori motivation is boxing. That's his main sport that he wants to follow. But we also do wrestling as well. 13 when he first started boxing, yeah. Cruz has trained really hard. Like I don't know anyone that trains as hard as Cruz. I mean, he trains every day of the week, up at 5 in the morning for F45. So I think he's dedicated enough to hopefully make the international New Zealand team, which he went to the development team in the weekend just been. And yeah, as long as he trains hard, eats well, and he's got the right mindset, I'm hoping that Cruz can achieve what he wants to achieve. So hopefully it is international, hopefully we do want to go pro. Everyone that's around him knows that he wants to go pro. With rugby was always the goal, so he was 3 years old, and I put him in rugby and he used to sit at the back of the field just kicking the grass. Didn't really get into it, and I was always like, come on, you know, I was always that parent. And we used to watch all the WrestleManias and he had all the wrestling toys, and one day he goes to me, Dad, I want to do wrestling. So I found a club and we went there. He trained for a little bit, came home, he's like, that's not wrestling, I wasn't jumping off the ropes or anything like that. And I said, you've got to start off here. So we started off with wrestling, and I just noticed straight away he was winning all his tournaments, he was right into it, he was quite strong. And I thought, okay, so we went to our first nationals, which was 2016, and it was the only one from the South Island to make the semis. And I was noticing they were doing judo up there, like all these mean throws and that. So we came back, I found a judo club, we went and did that for 3 years. And then I was like, okay, we need to learn how to strike. So I took him to boxing and he just excelled at boxing, he loved it. Probably after his first or second fight, he's like, this is my favourite sport. So, and that's how boxing came about. And he's had his ups and downs with boxing, but he's definitely starting to get on the upper on boxing now, yeah.
Well, my name's Mark Fuller, I'm the head coach of Smiling Tigers based in Wainoni, Christchurch. Been involved in the game for about 26 years as a coach, and got passionate about the sport, love it, love the area that I come from, and want to offer something back, something that's beneficial to all. Cruz has been with us 8 months. He came from his previous gym, and just for probably a variety of reasons, more about probably self-improvement, you know, maybe some upskilling, you know, which is normal, it happens in all gyms. So he's been with me 8 months, and he's doing really well. Went to the Nationals, got a silver medal. I thought he was very unlucky that he didn't get the gold, however, that's boxing. And since then we're just working on a couple of little skills that he needs to work on to improve, which will help him later on, and he's certainly got plenty of potential. Look, he's heavily involved with regards to his wrestling and kapahaka and that through school and his education, and obviously boxing as well, so he's certainly fully committed to all sports and his education. I think in time he'll make a judgment on that and decide where he really wants to focus, and it's not something that I really want to push on him. As long as he's consistent at training, I'm quite happy, you know. Oh hell, parental support right across the board, be it mum, be it dad, be it a caregiver, be it auntie, uncle, whoever's looking after that child, or a young man, young woman. So really important. And I'm not talking about just getting them to the gym, it's the support behind when we go away on travelling north to the North Island, or travelling to competition, being there in the background, the kids having a bad day, you know, and communicating. It's communication's a big one. You can support all as much as you like, be it dropping the child off to, or the young boxer off to the gym 3-4 days a week, sometimes 5, depending on what they're doing. However, you know, they've got to have some sort of financial support to get that kid to go somewhere. You know, a trip to Auckland, a trip to Wellington, we only just been up there this weekend, and I'd say it's probably costing the family $1,000 odd, you know, just for that weekend to go and be with their son, or one mum to be with the son, and support him in his training. You know, because they're still minors, they need that support. And so over a year, for the likes of Cruz, possibly for next year. We could be looking in the vicinity, if he gets a couple of overseas trips, we could be looking in the vicinity of 6 to 8 grand. Taking into account development training camps and all that in the North Island, so it's a substantial amount. I think with our sports is, I believe we aim too low. I believe our boxers, they come in here and we, well, I wouldn't say we ridicule them, but we laugh at them. I want to be a world champion. I want to be a Commonwealth Games gold medalist. I want to be an Olympic champion. I want to represent my country. Aim high and strive. You know, why not? They're young. Why take a dream away? You know, you never know, do you? Parents, yeah, let them dream. Let them be them. Let them be a kid too. You know, I think sometimes we're wanting our children to grow up too quickly. But let them be a dreamer. Let them reach for the sky. It doesn't matter. If they don't achieve it, well, at least I've tried. And I think that's really important. And the other one is, if you don't know a lot about the sport, stay in the background, be supportive, but shut your mouth. Because they don't have to be the best. They don't have to. They might have 2 left feet. We'll work with that because they want to improve. So application, commitment, drive, whatever you want to call it, gritting their teeth when it gets down and dirty. That's what you want, and that takes a wee bit of time. But yeah, you're not going to be a world champion sitting at home watching Home Alone or bloody Shortland Street. You know, you get off your butt and get into the gym. If you're crook, a text message, you've got a sore arm, well, we'll work on your legs. You know, that's the way I see it.
And so I think every parent's dreams to see their kids succeed, and we have to set them up for that. But when it's time for him to go out on his own and do this, and we're sitting at home watching, it'll be, yeah, I think it'll be one of the proudest moments for us. Yeah, just knowing that we helped him get there, but now he's doing it himself. Yeah, I think we've sacrificed everything. Like everything we do is for the kids. So, you know, like just example, I get home on Monday and after work drive Cruz to Aranui, which is about 40-minute drive. He does that for an hour and a half, then we drive to boxing. He starts out at 7. So yeah, drive from here 4:20, he starts boxing at 5, finishes at 6:15, drive to wrestling. He trains from 7 to 8 and that's Monday. Tuesday we have off, Wednesday's the same. Thursday is boxing, Friday is off, Saturday's off unless there's a tournament or something happening, Sunday's training again. And yeah, so that's our life, is in the car doing that with the kids. Yeah, so and obviously it's expensive, so in January he's going to Oceanias in Guam. It's $4 grand just for flights, you know what I mean? So the trip they just went on was, you know, about say $1 grand, you know, like flights up to Wellington. So we're always travelling, we're always, yeah. So but we don't mind because we're looking at the end result. Yeah. Yeah, and even if nothing happens, it's still worth it, you know. Yeah, we're not missing out on anything, you know what I mean? We're willing to do it, yeah. You know, I think he's got a good mindset. And like one of my proudest moments in sports with boxing and wrestling was, for wrestling was definitely this year. He's wrestled this kid, I've told you this before, I think, Toke. And he had never beat him. First Nationals was his first loss to this kid. And when he beat him, like my brother, we weren't there, he bust down to Dunedin for it. My brother rang me up and said he beat him, and I was like, whatever, what happened? He's like, no, he beat him. I was like, he pinned him. I was like, no way, you know, because that's the hardest thing to do in wrestling. And he's like, I'm being 100%, bro, I've just sent you the video, and we watched it, and me and Chrissy were crying. Like, that's how much it meant to us. For him, like, this has been probably, what, how many years of you wrestling this kid, you know what I mean? And then boxing, we're having a real slump. He probably lost 3 in a row. And I said to him, oh man, I'm losing it, Cruz. Like, if you can't perform this time, we're going to quit. You know, like I was feeling like that. It was just, you know, how you get like that as a. And Cruz put on the biggest fight, like I've got on video, the biggest fight, like and the biggest heart, and went all the way. And he got out of the ring, and as he was walking down the ring, I could see he was absolutely buggered. And he's like, "Where's my dad? Where's my dad?" And came up and gave me the biggest hug. And so, as a parent and being part of that, like that's probably one of my biggest, proudest moments. Yeah, that feeling. That's the feeling you want to. Yeah.
Jealous?
One day, one parent said it to me, like, what if they get brain dead, you know, or something like that from being hit? And I'm like, you know, in my mind, this is how I feel about it. I love my kid to pieces, and I wouldn't want that to happen to her, but I don't want to live in a world where you can't do what you like, you know, you can't do what you want, you know, like everything's a risk. And then I've had parents say, oh, he's doing too much, too many sports, and like that, it sort of makes you feel, but then you say, hang on, how come your kid's allowed to play league and do boxing, you know what I mean? So you do what you think's right for your kid, and you've got to push them a little bit, you know, to their limits. I don't try and listen to any advice from other parents. I do it, you know, like I was learning as a parent this whole time, and I don't do it for to live through Cruz. I don't do it for him to get money, you know, like I'm doing this because I want him to be the best in life and, you know, be the best he can be in life. So the journey we're on's for me as a parent, for him to be the best he can be, and our other kids, you know, we want them to be the best they can be.
Kia ora, I'm Cruz Policer. I was born in Dunedin, currently live in Rangiora now. I've been living there for about 6 years now. I've been doing wrestling for 10 years and I've been doing boxing for 3 years. I'm hoping to make it to professional boxing, make it to the top pound for pound champ. My family, they support me, they've been my biggest motivators, so I just want to do it for them and make them proud. Nah, it wasn't easy. I've always loved boxing, but I had my ups and downs with it. I've lost heaps in a row and I wanted to give up. But then Dad kept motivating me, pushing me to go hard, and now I'm good. Stay motivated, train hard, put in the hard work, and just don't give up.